What's going on, YouTube? This is Gabrielle with the Gift of Gab for the episode 7 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1. All right, so first we start with Teairra Mari and Sincere. Sincere was in, I believe, episode 3 talking to Nikki. Remember, he was the one who said, I like single Nikki. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So, Sincere was the one talking to Nikki in the club saying, I like single Nikki. I think he helps Ray J sometimes with getting, I think he was the one who helped Ray J get girls for his video. Last episode, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, he's showing her this big showcase room, and he's just pretty much telling her that she needs to be on point. She hasn't been out in a long time. People don't know her, and his crowd is tough, so they will boo. So he's being real arrogant about it, but I'm guessing wherever he's from or wherever he's at, he's a big deal. I think I've heard his name before, but I never would have put his face with it. And I think I've seen him before in something, but I just don't see him as that big of a person. So anyway, we'll get to the rest of that scene later because, of course, it goes into her actually doing the showcase. So next we have Yessie and Morgan talking, and they pretty much recap what they were talking about before when Morgan or Mona Jr., let me call her Mona Jr. from now on, when Mona Jr. went to Yessie crying about Ray and how he mistreats her and all this good stuff. And Yessie pretty much tells her, look, I got a job for you at the Power something, whatever it's called. I know it's big, but I just don't remember the name of it. But we want you to be a correspondent on the red carpet. So we want you to interview some of the people who are coming in. And so she's like, yeah, that'll be good. That'll kind of break me away from being around, being just Ray J's assistant, and I can be able to do something else and make money. So it's all good. And then we get to little O. We get to Omarion and Fizz, and they're talking about Amanda and how this is like Lil Fizz's first time talking about how Amanda cheated on him out loud to other people other than America, we found out last week. But he's telling her, he's telling Omarion, how she was cheating and he forgave her for it or whatever because he's done his stuff in the past as well. I'm guessing against other people, so it's kind of one of those you get what you give type things. And so he took her back, and as long as it doesn't happen again, he's all good with it. But she was cheating on him with some dude in Miami, the other coast, and that she put an apartment in his name. So he was saying that the reason that he really liked her was the fact that she didn't know who B2K was. And I don't know. I think I'd be different. I think I would want, if I was in some kind of group, I'm going to go with B2K. If I was in a girl group called B2K and a dude knew who I was and he told me like, oh, I love you, like you were my favorite member, this, that, and the other, and I was attracted to him, and he was a real, real type dude, had his own money and all that good stuff, and he cared for me sincerely as a person and all that good stuff, I honestly think I wouldn't have a problem being with somebody who knew who I was. I mean, it's like being Mariah Carey or Gabrielle Union or anybody else. I mean, of course, they are married to well-known people, but it's just like being anybody else. Like, I would like a person who knows who I am and knew who I was and was in the group and loved me in the group, because not the fan worship type thing, but I really don't mind it. But at the same time, they give you a lot more love than what a normal person off the street would do. Like, not cheating on you. They might appreciate you a little bit more than if they got them an artist that every girl, well, not every girl because I didn't like him, but a lot of girls are fiending over. J Boog was my dude, so I wasn't in the Little Fizz. I didn't care for him at all, but I love B2K, so it was just, I just don't get the whole, I liked her because she is not like, she didn't like us. She just liked me as a person, but it is what it is. Each his own. So the next scene is Masika meeting up with a guy who, I don't want to say owns, but I'm going to say he's opening up a, what do you call it? a strip club, and he wants Masika to be the face of it. So he wants her to pretty much, I guess it's called either King of Diamonds or something about diamonds. I can't Club Diamond. I can't. Okay, it's something with a diamond in it. But he's saying that he hasn't been able to find a model to actually. Kids out there screaming. He said he hasn't been able to find a model to replace her just yet. So he would like her to be the face of the new strip club that they're opening up. And she when he starts talking to her, I just know that Mona set this up, but I love that part. I love this part. I'm sorry. He says, well, yeah, it's on the, I don't know the name, the Williams. And he's like, you mean as in Nikki and Elvira Williams? And he's like, yeah, Elvira's the mom and then Nikki's the daughter. And so she's like, well, me and Nikki not cool. Like, we dated the same guy and we kind of beefing right now. He's like, I don't give a darn about your personal life. I just want you on this cover. So she's like, you know what? It's all cool. I love to do it because just to be able to be on their building or something that they own or whatever, that just makes it even more better for me. And I'm thinking, you go, girl. I'm thinking the same thing. I love to have my face over somebody better who tried to make me feel like I was lower than them because I didn't have the money that they had or whatever. And so that's it for now, but he just tells her he wants her to, pretty much pose like Nene did. Nene Leakes did with the diamonds in that photo shoot she did for, I can't remember which magazine, but she was in a bathtub full of diamonds or whatever, and we saw them doing the shoot, and it was kind of the same, but they had like a big blinder on, and it's like a green screen at the bottom so they could add more diamonds and all that stuff to it and Photoshop it all in. So, anyway, the next scene is Amanda and Fizz having dinner, and Moniece calls, and Fizz is saying he really doesn't want to answer the call, and he's just like, look, Moniece is really trying to see the sun, but she doesn't really have a stable place to live, so I don't really want to put him in there. My problem with that is it sounds like a baby mama, because not because he doesn't want her to see him because she doesn't have a place to live, just the fact that he won't allow him to see her. Like, that's some baby mama type stuff. One of those, if you don't pay your child support, I ain't gonna let you see your baby, or if you ain't gonna be with me, I ain't gonna let you, like that type of stuff. I don't like that. So if she wants to see him, you don't have to let him spend the night with her, just to let, do visitation where y'all are together. If you can't stand her, y'all be at Chuck E. Cheese. You sit at one table with Amanda. She sit at another table and play with him. And y'all, she get her little 1 hour, 2 hour. Let her buy all his coins and tokens and stuff. And then y'all leave after he finished playing. But don't just say, I don't want her to see him at all. She has no place to live, so she has no place that she can visit him. There's a million places that are public that they can visit or whatever, at the mall, wherever, that she can visit. So let her see her son. And just don't let them spend the night. That's, simple. So anyway, Amanda's talking about how she doesn't want to have she's not sure if she wants to commit to being a stepmom. And that's understandable as somebody, one, who I don't want to have kids, so I can understand if she does not want to have kids, because I don't know her situation. She might just want to have her own kids, and that might be what's pushing her away from, dealing with somebody else, especially after meeting with Moniece. And Moniece telling her to go back to whatever country she came from. I feel the same way. I think about, kind of hesitant about being the stepmom to this kid or whatever. So they had a conversation and then we move on. So then we get to, I want to call him Thirsty Ray J. We get on to Ray J, who claims he's thirsty and he needs some water, so he needs Mona Jr., his assistant, to get him some water. And the problem is, why can't Ray J get his own water, for one? And two, what's going on with, what's going on with the non-communication between Morgan and Ray J for him not to know that she's not going to be there? And as an assistant, I think it is her job to get him somebody else to assist him on that particular day. I do think that's what she should have done if her job was to pass out stuff. I think it was a miscommunication on both of their behalf because there could have been somebody helping Ray J. And two, Ray J is not that big of a grand of a celebrity that he can't pass out stuff his dang self. If it was Kevin Hart, I'm almost sure Kevin Hart would pass out his own stuff because he appreciates his fans that much. So, I mean, of course he wouldn't pass out every single one, but I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem passing out stuff. He has a group of goons or whatever. I don't want to call them goons because they, you know, his homeboys that you know, that also do comedy and all that, the Plastic Cup Boys. But you know, they all do stuff together and they are good with having fans around or whatever. So I don't really see why Ray J couldn't pass out his own hats or cups or whatever that ain't nobody gonna use or keep. But he just made a big deal out of it. And I think that him and Teairra Mari are, I mean, they are made for each other, which is why they are together now in real life. So it's just a whole bunch of childishness and foolishness, which takes me back to reminding me that he is Ray J's little brother. Just a little creepy brother. That's really what it takes me back to. The fact that he keeps spazzing out over little simple stuff, saying, I'm thirsty, I want some water, and Mona Scott Jr. is not here to give me my water. She's on the red carpet doing something else. Anywho, so the next thing is Jessie talking to Ray J, explaining, hey, it's my fault that Morgan was out there because I asked her to do it and she agreed, you know, to be a correspondent on the red carpet. And Ray J's going off on Jessie, and then Morgan comes in and Morgan and Ray J are having it out, and Ray J's like, you're my assistant, right? And Morgan's like, I don't know, am I? And he's like, well, no, I guess you ain't. So Ray J fires Morgan. And Morgan's been his assistant for 10 years, which I did not know, but we know it's staged, but why is it that everything bad in somebody's life happens only on television? Like 10 years of ups and downs, and you decide that you're going to fire Morgan on television. People decide they're going to get divorced on television. Like, I understand that people get divorced because they already had issues before the cameras came in, but then the cameras just blew it up and made it worse. And then as people start chiming in, the issues start seeming worse and people go ahead and get divorced. But it just seems like the worst stuff in people's lives happen on television when they're being filmed and no other time in their lives. Now, not Sheree. Sheree Whitfield, her stuff happened daily. Since she's been on TV, she just been going through. But everybody else, it just seems like you have to wait to get on TV to go through some stuff like getting fired from somebody like Ray J for being an assistant of an assistant. So anyway, he fires her. She cries. It is what it is. Now we get to Masika, who's taking the King Club Diamonds. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the Club of Diamonds that everybody is known for. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not a big strip club girl. But she's doing a photo shoot in the bathtub with the glass diamond looking fold. I don't know what to call it, rhinestones, I guess, all over her, and she's got somebody taking pictures of her to do it, and Nikki comes in to have a powwow with her or whatever and talk about Mally Mal. At this point, I'm so glad that they call him by his name, because Mally Mal's the stupidest name that anybody can get themselves. So his name is Jamal. So I'm going to refer to Jamal as Jamal from now on and no longer Mally Mal, because that's not a name a grown man should have. So they finally start talking about Jamal, and Nikki starts putting stuff together. She starts figuring out that the biggest thing is she figures out that in the midst of Jamal telling Masika that he loves her, it was in the middle of them having sex while he was pulling her hair. And Nikki knows that Jamal pulls on her lace front while they're doing it. So she knows for a fact that what Masika is telling her is the truth. Masika in a big girl type way. It's like, look, I wash my hands of it. Good luck to you, baby. But I'm done with him. He's the scum of the earth. He tried to play me, and I don't play that. So, good luck with whatever you doing. And so Nikki takes that, and she goes along with it. In a bonus clip, she's talking to her mom about it, and she's explaining everything in a strip club. And her mom is, they're colluding to the scene that they get up to. So we get to Teairra Mari at the club, and I don't know the lady who's with Sincere, but they are, Sincere pretty much first comes in, and he's like dogging Teairra for her outfit, talking about her cat ears, saying her stomach is all over the place, and just pretty much talking down on her, talking bad about her, saying that she just looked crazy. I hope she sounds better than she looks. And then Teairra gets on stage. She's like, look, I haven't done this for a while. And, I'm just trying to get out there again or whatever. And she does. And the thing is, she sounds really bad. When she first started singing, I thought, oh, she sounds okay, because we know she can sing. I've heard her sing and stuff. So, I know she can sing. But I guess it is, some people can't perform live. I think I've heard Tamar can't perform live. I don't know. I don't listen to R&B. But I've heard that Tamar can't perform live. But she can, her album is, the songs on her album sound good. So as far as like singing live, it's not her thing. Like Beyonce can sing live. Because of, the training she does while she runs and sings and all that stuff, like she's been doing since she's a child, like that type of stuff. So it's just, she didn't have a good rehearsal, good performance. And I didn't catch her doing a sound check. I'm hoping she did, but I'm going to say that she didn't do a sound check, and that's the reason that she sounded so bad. So she came off and was realistic and said, look, I didn't sound my best. I didn't, I could have did a whole lot better, but, just coming back on the scene, it is what it is. And I'm my worst critic or whatever. And I was thinking, nah, you're not your worst critic, because Sincere then came and, he's talking to his homegirl, and he's putting you down pretty bad, talking about, her stomach was everywhere on the stage, and she sounded real terrible, and she gonna have to work out and stuff if she want to be, back in the scene or whatever, because what she did was just terrible. And so Teairra comes out, and he tries to tell her all this stuff, and he, just in the most, just the wackiest way ever, he tries to pretty much just put her down in every way, other than saying, look, you did real bad. You need to, look at the tape, look at the film, see what you did wrong, come back and then give it another try. Not here, but somewhere else. You didn't get booed, so that's a good thing. Like, he could have did anything positive. He didn't have to pat on her back. He didn't have to rub her back. He didn't have to do, that pat. He didn't have to do all that nice stuff that he was talking about, but he could have said it in a more sincere way or a nicer way that she just did. She needs a little bit more work. And hey, I got this friend named whatever. He's good at, working people out to get them in shape for performances, whatever whatever you may have. But it was like he wanted to go in. He wanted to bring her down, and he wanted to make her feel bad about her performance. And she wasn't having it. In Teairra fashion, she went for him. And then he gets out the way saying, that's how I know you out of shape and you too big. You got to be faster than that or whatever. And then that's the end of that scene. We get to Amanda and Lil Fizz in not the hot tub, in a car, in an SUV. And they are driving somewhere. And I'm guessing that they have the Bluetooth speakerphone type deal, because I don't think that she would. Yeah, I'm guessing this is Bluetooth, because I'm guessing she wouldn't put it on speakerphone, that whatever they call it. So she gets a call from a 305 number. Lil Fizz notices it or whatever, and it comes up over the speakerphone, and it's a reservation for a restaurant in Miami. And he's, Lil Fizz is questioning her like, wait, what's going on? Because I already know that you got a dude in Miami that you got a apartment put in your name for him or whatever. And I know that you're known for this, so let me know what the deal is. And she's like, no, it's not that. So he, he done pulled over, so he won't wreck his car or whatever, because he's like really trying to figure out what's going on. And she won't let him see it. And he's like, just by you not letting me see that lets me know that pretty much you are, you cheating and you lying, and that's it. I'm done with you. So we done. So she said, all right, let's be done. And it seemed like she wanted it out anyway, because she didn't want to raise that kid. And she wanted to deal with Moniece. And she was talking about she had commitment issues. So she was done anyway. And that's probably why she made the reservation, so she could talk about it with the dude and see if she really wanted to, even be with Fizz. So they decided they're going to break up. Hopefully we won't see Amanda no more. But I want y'all to stop getting on that girl eye. I didn't notice it until I saw the memes from the episode, and everybody caught her, one of her eyes going this way and the other eye going that way when she was in the car talking to Lil Fizz. And when I started seeing them, I was like, Lord, y'all catch everything. So anyway, they break up. That's done. So finally, the last scene is Nikki and her mom are making a meal for Jamal. Jamal comes over, and it takes a mom to get down to the business, because Nikki is naive. Nikki is one of those women who want to believe everything that their man says. And she, she don't want to believe the other chick, when honestly, 9 times out of 10, if the women will talk as women and not beef with each other over a man who's lying to both of them, they can come to an actual conclusion that the man is the one who needs to be beat up, or just don't. And I'm sure neither one, well, Masika did, but Nikki don't want to leave a man with money because she has money. She needs a man with money, and not that she wants his money per se, but she wants a man who can wine and dine her and all that good stuff. So she wants to believe him for whatever reason, to not lie, but at the same time be embarrassed enough to see all his pictures on Instagram with her, with hashtags and him and all this stuff, with her in his bed, and she just believes that this girl just gave him head. Okay, so takes the mom to get down to the nitty gritty that, okay, you said she pretty much went Mario. She said, okay, Jamal, we asked you, did you only fly her in on a private jet 2 times? You said it was 2 times. A lot of tests determined you're lying. You flew in more than 6 times. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, the first time, I didn't, sleep with her. I'm not like that. And then mom's like, well, okay, Jamal, so you said that you didn't sleep with her on the first night, but okay, so how long did she stay there? Okay, you said it was a couple of hours. Okay, so Jamal, the lie detector determined that was a lie. You actually slept with her in your bed, correct? Okay, correct. That's correct. And not only did she sleep in your bed, but you flew her out the next day. She didn't stay for some hours. So the lie detector determined, nigga, you lying. So pretty much after that, Jamal puts on his shades like, man, I've been caught. Ain't really nothing I can do or say. So I'm going to just leave this house. This relationship is done and over with. I'm through. He leaves. Nikki follows him because she's the one who pretty much first said, okay, this relationship is over. And he's like, okay, I agree. This is over. I'm out. Puts on his glasses, gets up and get out. And then her mom says, yo, whatever. Put him out. Get his stuff up out of here. And she proceeds to pick up the deadest bouquet of flowers. Them was the crunchiest flowers I have ever seen. You know how your roses, you get some roses for Valentine's Day. They go bad. They out, they dry up and they get that crunchy sound to them. You throw them away. She should have threw them things away like 3 weeks ago. They was crunching and everything. She threw them on the ground. They was hard and crackling and crispy, like some Rice Krispie treats on the ground. Like, I was like, how long she been having them flowers sitting in that house? Like, just, I understand it's a big, beautiful bouquet, but them things have been dead for a long time. But anyway, I guess she wants to be dramatic and throw it out. So he goes down and says, Nikki, you the lowest thing I've ever, the lowest person I've ever experienced in my life. And she says, you tell me I'm lower than Masika or whatever. And I'm gonna say yeah, but he didn't say that. But you know, it is what it is. He leaves. He has like two goons with him, like a driver and then some other dude. I guess to open his door, but both dudes was outside. I don't know if they was on smoke break or what. They both get in the car, drive off. That's the end. So that's in the episode 7. But I don't really like my tea served real hot. I'm sorry. I like my tea served hot. I don't like it served 3 months old. So the real tea is Masika is now dating Young Berg and Teairra Mari is back with Ray J. So I'm gonna need the show to speed up and get me up to date with why Hazel's friend Masika, who she's been running back to and crying to about Young Berg, is with her man. One, why Masika is with a man like Young Berg if she wouldn't be with Jamal, and she knows that Young Berg is the type of dude who gets a chick every day of the week. Why would she be with him? Then, secondly, and then lastly, Yessie is doing music. I didn't know she was a singer. The song is called "Ain't My Fault," and she did an interview with Young Berg about it because Young Berg is on the song with somebody else, and in the interview, Young Berg brings in Masika to show that they're together, and then he introduces Masika as his friend. So I'm guessing Masika doesn't have an actual, main girlfriend spot, but they have been singing out together or whatever. So that's the tea that I got right now. It ain't nothing new to y'all. I'm just letting y'all know that I need them to hurry up in the show and get to this part because I want to see Hazel and Masika, had this conversation about how now Berg is with Masika, and I want to know what kind of friend Masika is. I thought she was a real female. Like, she seemed real to me, and that's shady for her to even go there. Even if the relationship Berg is having with Hazel is irrelevant or non-existent, they are still sleeping together, and she does know that much. So girl code or whatever says don't go with your girl's ex, and they did make it clear that they were Masika and Berg are sleeping together. So that's just some trashy, messed up stuff. So that's all I got. What y'all think about episode 7, Love and Hip Hop? All right, I'm out.